Hey curl friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Jazz and I'm back with a perm rod tutorial for you. This summer was really brutal on my hair. I know it's been a while. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to try and be a little bit more consistent now that the humidity is gone. So I've already started the back of my head. I figured you've seen me do this 100 times. I didn't need to start from the very beginning, but I do have other videos if you do need those steps. So I'm going to re-wet this portion of my hair that started to dry with aloe vera juice and water. And then I'm going to be using the coconut water leave-in conditioner by Camille Naturals. One of my favorite leave-in conditioners that I don't really have to match with a whole bunch of other products to get that moisture. This by itself can work great, and then I'm also going to add some product later on just to give it a little bit more hold. Always make sure you brush that product through to make sure that your entire head is saturated completely, because you definitely notice the pieces that may have gotten missed if that happens. So I'm going to start off with 2 pieces in the front. This is where I'll be adding just a little bit of product to give it a little bit more hold. I'm going to be using the Camille Naturals Curl Maker. One of my favorites as far as a gel, because it doesn't give you any crunch whatsoever and you don't need that much. As you can see, I only use a little here. So my wrapping method for my perm rods hasn't changed. Simply wrapping my hair around, making sure to keep my hair smooth so I have perfect definition when this all dries. And then once I get to the ends, I just make sure I smooth the hair on top of itself, and then they'll should stay. So as you can see, when you close the perm rod on the side where your hair comes from the root, that's gonna let you keep that perm rod in place. I know a lot of people have trouble with closing these perm rods and they're loose, but if you close the perm rod on the side where your hair comes from the root, that'll allow it to stay in place. So I'll show you here one more time, wrapping my hair around, using my finger as a guide because I really can't see what I'm doing as I'm trying to show you at the same time, but keeping my hair smooth, wrapping it around. And I did grab a little bit of gel just to add to the ends to make sure that my ends stay smooth and in place. Pulling down the perm rod close in front where my hair comes out from the root, and you can see that the perm rod stays in place. So I'm all done. I used about 43 perm rods and I let my hair air dry overnight. Please make sure that your hair is dry when you do this, because that will make or break your hairstyle. Obviously, I say this every time. But as you can see, I have great definition. They're soft to touch, bouncy, and most importantly, I do not have any crunch after using a gel, which is what I love. Very pleased with these. As you can see, they're very tight curls. Now, I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, this is too tight, but I love starting this way because it allows me to have more room to have them get bigger over time. As you can see, these soft, beautiful curls, I don't want to pull these completely apart on day one. So what I'll do is I do pull them for a little more stretch. I'll show you here. So this side I have pulled and stretched before I started separating. As you can see the difference, there's a slight difference. It's not major, but it did give you a little bit more stretch by just pulling on them slightly before separating, so they'll give you more stretch without worrying about fluffing out your roots and that kind of thing. When I'm separating my curls, I like to separate them where they fall apart naturally. So I separated these maybe once or twice for each piece, and I'm gonna leave this here for day one hair. And sometimes, you know, frizz happens, but to reduce the amount of frizz, I try to separate them the least amount as possible for day one and let the curls fall naturally. So this is a little tighter than normal, but as you'll see here on the next clip, at the end of the day, I let them fall and I got a little bit more stretch. So this is the end of the day. It's a lot more fuller. I did get a little frizz in the front just from being outside. It happens. But as you can see, I do have more volume. I have more stretch. And as you can see underneath that layer of frizz, everything is still nice, soft, and defined. So the next day, I'll show you how I can wear my hair in a different style without the part down the middle. So this is day 2. So the frizz in the front just kind of took over, which is fine. I love frizz, but I'll show you here how you can just flip that side over and expose all of the other curls that are there that are still defined and ready to be seen. So the stretch and volume that I have achieved is just by letting my hair do its thing. I haven't fluffed out the roots, but I have pulled my hair up at night, which is my nighttime routine, up into a pineapple. That allows me to get more stretch naturally without disturbing any of the curls. So I'll show you that here. what's your nighttime routine? Like, comment down below. Let me know how you achieve more stretch. Also, let me know what you want to see next. I do have some things lined up for you, but let me know. As always, thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate the support. And until next time, bye-bye.